Are you looking for an optimization guide for your stepfather's grandson's PCs? I am going to be providing you with the best optimization guide for 2025 that you will need for the remainder of eternity. So, you will be needing this optimization pack, and I'm not one of those YouTubers that are going,
Hey, free optimization pack, no virus. It is completely virus free. Just let me inject a couple of things into your PC.
no, I'm not one of those YouTubers like a couple of these YouTubers. Yeah, I'm not those YouTubers, so I'm not going to be doing that. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to be giving you a great optimization pack. So we're going to first start off with basic Windows optimization. So here's some basic optimizations as well. First, you're going to want to go by starting a game and then go to game mode settings. And you're going to want to toggle game mode on. And then also your captures. Also make sure that that is also turned off because your captures, you don't want it on there. And then any of your games you may have, for instance like Fortnite, then you want to go and go find exactly where Fortnite is installed. Program files, Epic Games, Fortnite, Fortnite game, binaries, Win64, and Fortnite client Win64 shipping. That will set your Fortnite to the absolute highest performance you can get, and then you can go to your task manager. And whenever you are in the game, you can also sit there and run Fortnite at the max performance by going to task manager and putting it on real time, like any program, but for instance Fortnite. Next, you're gonna want to go and type in view advanced system settings. Then you're going to want to click on settings, adjust for best performance, then go to advanced, click for programs instead of background services. That will make your main programs like Fortnite and stuff run higher, with the background services just being like a bunch of background things you may have running and stuff. And then just click apply and click OK. Another simple optimization you can apply by going over to Vitral, since we already have it installed. And also you can go to Vitral and then you can uninstall any of these stuff like Xbox Game Bar. Uninstall it. Windows alarms and clocks, stuff like that. You can uninstall like MSN Weather. Right, it's just a lot of an Edge and stuff like that. You can uninstall it, so it's like. And then this is for the appearance of your desktop. If this is just another side tab, if you want to skip over this, you can. But this is the appearance of your desktop. If you want your desktop to look like mine, invisible taskbar, cool clock, first you're going to head over to the Microsoft Store and type translucent TB, and you're going to install it and open it, and it'll just make your taskbar invisible. And I would recommend keeping that on startup, because if you keep Rain Meter on startup as a startup app, it will start every time. If not, you have to open it manually, which wouldn't be a big deal, but it's just probably something I recommend to leave. And then next, if you want your computer to look like mine, then you're gonna head over to your browser, type Rain Meter, and download. Because Rain Meter is that cool clock in the middle, and then you would go to somewhere with you would look up a mod skin for Rain Meter. Personally, I like going to DeviantArt. Yeah, mod Rain Meter theme, visual skins. Yeah, that is the mod Rain Meter theme. So if you want yours to look like mine, then you can customize it and put it for whatever. So it's honestly great. And then another optional thing for appearance on Windows would also be going to Lively Wallpaper and downloading it. I personally don't use it because it does take up a lot of resources, but really if you don't care about your resources and you're not worried about it and you've got a good GPU, so I'd recommend installing this. So we're going to first be going to our browser. We're going to start by typing vtrol.cc. Then we're going to download for Windows. And we're going to complete the installation, but I already have vtrol, so we're all good. And vtrol is a great site because they offer a lot of utilities that you can use for completely free without even getting the full vtrol. So it's actually great. And then we're going to go over to tweaks. And we're going to apply like all of these free tweaks because we've got all of these tweaks for completely free that you can use, and it is great, honestly. Like, vtrol is something I recommend to like everyone because it will completely increase your performance, absolutely. So I'm looking at all of these, and the only thing that I would suggest like not to do would be like block Windows updates and compact Explorer, because those two can get a little rough because it will have tighter spacing in your file explorer. And Windows Update, if you don't have the Windows Update service, I mean, you can look for it manually, but I recommend keeping these up to date and have this setting off. So I recommend just leaving Windows Updates how they are. Then you're going to want to go to your power plan. So then next, to continue discussing, then you're going to want to go over to your app booster. Click to add a program. And then you're going to want to try to, like, if your game is open, it might scan for some games. So like Fortnite, it will automatically take these settings and put on the best possible settings. You can even put like the custom priority class like to real time, which is what I usually have it at. And like also I recommend also using the cleaner. Like once a month is a good idea because it's a good strategy, because if you use it about once a month, it should clean up any temporary files, and I would definitely recommend using that month to month or something like that. So, and then debloat, you want to like any of these bloatware apps like that, Microsoft Windows puts in, like, solitaire photos, stuff like that. I would delete those personally. I recommend it because it's just literally bloatware. Also, like, Xbox Game Bar, bloatware, stuff like that. And I personally have this disabled. And then you go to your startup apps and literally disable everything unless you need it. Because my whole thing is, unless you absolutely 100% need it. Like, some people might want Steam to open automatically if they want to run a game or something, or GOG Galaxy, something like that. Battle.net keeps turning on for me, but like rain meter is my clock on my screen and stuff, which that might be a good thing if you have that on. I have no idea what this is, and it's just a good idea to keep on continuing to try to use these startup apps and stuff like that. So it's a really good idea. Then next, so that your computer doesn't run literally like McDonald's Wi-Fi, like you're a cook for McDonald's, then you're gonna want to go over to your browser again. Then you're going to want to type throttle stop. You're going to want to go visit the first link to Tech Power Up. Click download the latest stable version and then click that. But I already have throttle stop, so again, I'm just going to search it up. And throttle stop is a recommended program. I definitely recommend. Because, okay, so these are the two things that you're going to want to do. Automatically, which I already turned these off, it's going to check mark disable turbo and speed shift. So you can more or less turn up both of those settings off, because it more or less is limiting your CPU usage, so that like overheating issues and stuff like that, which shouldn't happen, because overheating issues is not that big of a worry for people, honestly, and I would recommend turning it on high performance. If you're wanting the maximum FPS, you are completely okay. I have been using these settings for like a year now. Go to your browser and type in YouTube. go to Beko tweaks, and I also suggest clicking that subscribe button you'll see right there when you open my page. And then you're gonna go to your right here, and you're gonna go and copy this link right there. Put it in a separate browser. And join the Discord server, because this is an amazing Discord server. I totally recommend this 100%. This Discord server. It's made by some random Chinese man who's working in the back of a Temu factory. And on the download page, you can. This is a new optimization pack with some in-game settings. And then you can click download. And you can download. And as you can see, I already have it saved, but just save it. And then the game user settings. Also save that. Alright, so then after that, you're gonna want to go to your file explorer. Click on this. And go to your downloads, and you're gonna want to go first. You're going to want to download NVIDIA Profile Inspector from the Discord server, like I had showed you. There was a file for NVIDIA Profile Inspector. And like I said, this is a Fortnite optimization guide, so you're going to want to head over to Fortnite. You're going to want to click on this import user-defined profile, import the profile, and you'll see the NIP file that I gave you guys. So that is the NIP file you want to use, and you can just import that. And by doing so, it'll put less demand on your graphics card, because it will stop rendering in as much with the grass and the hills and stuff like that. You're going to want to type Win plus R on your keyboard. Then you're going to go to %local app data %. Click OK. And then click on Fortnite game, saved, config, Windows client, and delete these game user settings out of here. These are your really bad game user settings that have already been optimized by Fortnite, which are really dookie. And then you're going to want to click paste and put in these new game user settings. It will take your 3D resolution down and such, but it is great and less demanding. And actually, you're going to want to go back to Discord into Beko Cord, and then download the Google Drive download for the Beko Tweaks FPS optimization pack, which is amazing. And then you're going to want to click on that and click download up there. And you can download the zip from there. And I made another optimization pack guide on that video, so you can go watch that video. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is the only optimization guide you will ever need so that your computer is no longer dookie. I hope this fixed your computer. Thank you guys so much for watching. And definitely take a second to subscribe, and also take a second to join my Discord server, where you can download these amazing optimizations.